Welcome back for news from the city, where a construction worker was found murdered in KK Nagar area yesterday. But this time around, the police have managed to crack the case early. Our crime correspondent Salim has more on this.
A 46-year-old man was found lying dead on a platform in Chennai's KK Nagar yesterday. The passers-by alerted the police, and the police rushed to the spot and moved the body to the Roypeta Government Hospital for a post-mortem examination and kick-started a probe. During interrogation, they came to know that the victim's wife and son-in-law had committed the murder. During interrogation, the police say that both of them confessed to the crime, and they went on saying that the man used to consume alcohol on a daily basis and he used to harass his wife. And even day before yesterday, he repeated the same, and unable to tolerate his harassment, his wife and son-in-law murdered him. And the police have arrested the duo, and they were produced before a local court and were taken to the Pudel prison.
Moving on, 5 fishermen from Rameshwaram were allegedly beaten up by the Sri Lankan Navy personnel when they crossed the international maritime boundary line and netted fish near Kachathiva Island early this morning. Quoting fishermen who returned from the area, they said the Lankan Navy personnel snapped nets, snatched their catch, beat them with pipes and warned them not to venture near Kachathiva. Meanwhile, the Coastal Fishermen's Association charged traders with forming a cartel and quoting very low price for the catch. The association said that they were forced to sell the fish at prices quoted by the cartel, and that the government was not taking effective steps to break their hold. On to national issues, the Prime Minister's office ordered a probe into the deal struck between US retail giant Walmart and Indian retail major Bharti after allegations of norms violation by CPI Rajya Sabha MP V.S. Achudan. The MP from Kerala alleged that the investment deal by Walmart with Bharti violated FDI norms and charged the US company of end-use violations. He further charged Walmart of deliberate intent by bypass rules. The PMO has directed the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion to examine the charges. Yesterday, Trinamool Congress chief and West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee had demanded that the deal between the two companies be terminated. A massive political row has broken out over Rahul Gandhi's comment at a political rally in Punjab, where he said that 7 out of 10 youth in the state are drug addicts. The Punjab government has hit back, saying that the Congress General Secretary is unaware of facts. Meanwhile, the Congress has come out and backed Rahul's controversial statement. Lashing out at the new set of economic reforms announced by the Congress-led UPA government, BJP President Nitin Gadkari tried to woo the members of the farming community by making tall promises of loan waiver, better minimum support price and drawing ethanol from molasses in an endeavour to gather massive public support ahead of the 2014 Lok Sabha polls. Gadkari said that the Prime Minister's performance was ineffective and inefficient, and that he was not able to control the fuel prices, adding that the import of approximately 4 trillion rupees of fuel should be stopped. Gadkari also criticized the UPA government for introducing wrong reforms, which he said has put India's economy in peril. Gadkari further alleged that the CBI was an agent of the ruling Congress party, and that the centre was using the Apex investigating agency for blackmailing its allies. Promising more reforms initiatives in the next 2 years, Finance Minister P. Chidambaram said that there was no serious threat of downgrade of the country's credit rating by Standard & Poor's. This comes in the wake of the recent threat of downgrade of India's credit rating to junk grade in 24 months by global agency S&P if more reforms measures were not implemented. Former BJP President Bangaru Lakshman was granted bail by the Delhi High Court on a personal bond of 50,000 rupees. A special CBI court on the 28th of April had sentenced Mr. Lakshman to 4 years rigorous imprisonment after holding him guilty of accepting a bribe from a fake arms dealer in a 10-year-old graft case, and also fined him 1 lakh rupees. The 74-year-old has been lodged in Tihar jail for the past 5 months. The case dates to 2001 when news portal Tehelka.com carried out a sting operation that caught Mr. Lakshman on camera receiving money from a journalist posing as an arms dealer. He later resigned from his post as the BJP chief.
We are happy about it. See, there are scams and scandals involving people and parties worth lakhs of crores. And those people are moving around scot-free. And here, on a fictitious charge, my former president has been jailed. It is now justice is done that the bail has been given to him.
The Delhi police claim to have tracked the August 1st Pune blast case with the arrest of 3 Indian Mujahideen operatives from New Delhi. All the 3 suspected terrorists were from Maharashtra and were planning to carry out terror strikes in Delhi and at Bodh Gaya and Bihar during the festive season. Referring to the blast, Delhi Police Commissioner Neeraj Kumar said that the alleged terrorists had bought electronics and cycles from Budwarpet in the city for the terror strike.
मैं बड़े गर्व के साथ और खुशी के साथ ये घोषणा कर रहा हूं कि दिल्ली पुलिस के स्पेशल सेल ने पुणे सीरियल ब्लास्ट जो 1 अगस्त 2012 को हुआ था उनको उस मामले को सुलझा लिया है। हम लोगों ने इस मामले में 3 लोगों की गिरफ्तारी की है। इनके नाम हैं असद रहने वाले हैं नायगौन औरंगाबाद ज़िले के। इमरान खान ये रहने वाले हैं पीर बुरहान नगर नियर मस्जिद साले हिंद नांदेड़। और तीसरे हैं सैयद फिरोज उर्फ हमजा, ये शुक्रवार पेट पुणे के रहने वाले हैं।
A day after Om Prakash Chautala stirred a controversy by backing a Haryana Ka Panchayat's viewpoint that girls should be married early to prevent rapes, the former Chief Minister tried to sidestep the issue today. When asked about his comments, Mr. Chautala said that he was merely quoting the Rohtak Kaab's views and added that it was up to the government whether or not to endorse it. The INLD chief, who is in the opposition now, had told reporters yesterday that we should learn from the past, especially from the Mughal era where people used to marry their girls to save them from atrocities, and that currently a similar situation was arising in his state. On to a warning message from the Union Cabinet: sending a pornographic multimedia message or email may land you in jail for a maximum period of 3 years. The Union Cabinet, at a meeting chaired by Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, approved amendments to the Indecent Representation of Women Prohibition Act 1986, which also proposes to slap hefty fines on persons found guilty of such acts. The amendments were necessitated as the current act covers only the print media. In case of repeat of the offence, the imprisonment may extend to 7 years and a fine between 1 lakh to 5 lakh rupees for the second conviction. It's another short break for now, but we will be right back soon.